This is Al Quoz, an industrial area now regarded as the centre of Dubai's art scene, home to multiple galleries, exhibition spaces and studios, including that of one of the city's most successful artists, Sacha Jafri. Known for his magical realist works, Sacha paints from a meditative state and has worked successfully as an artist since the late 90s. But it was his humanity-inspired collection that captured global attention when his 17,000 square foot work achieved the record as the world's largest art canvas in 2020. The following year, he became one of the world's most expensive living artists after selling his work, Journey of Humanity, for $62 million at a charity auction. Since then, among his other artistic endeavours, Sacha has had his art sent to the moon. He's collaborated with Rolls-Royce to customize 6 luxury cars, complete with charitable NFTs embedded inside the glove box, and he's invested in this state-of-the-art studio.
This studio is very much where I create from, and it looks after commissions and clients, and I'm housing my retrospective collection, which is really special. I've created like a white gallery, a black gallery, a grey gallery, an NFT room, digital space, a boardroom, and then I have my actual studio where I create. Most artists are linked very heavily to galleries, whereas with this setup, I can actually develop my own relationships with my clients and really build that collector base all over the world, which is a beautiful thing. And I end up saying no to 99% of people, I guess, that want to buy my work. That person needs to connect with that piece in an incredibly emotional way. Otherwise, I'm not going to want them to have it.
The gallery is home to around 40 paintings. Alongside his retrospective collection are a number of special commissions and one-off pieces. Sacha showed us some of his favourites in the space.
Here you have the black gallery. We've come through from the white gallery. We move into like quite an early piece from 2012, which is called Universe of the Child. Something very special to me because I spent 5 years basically going to the 42 refugee camps of the world and working with the kids there. And then we sold the collection with Christie's actually in a charity auction and raised a lot of money. And I think you feel a lot of love. I think that's the idea of my work, really. This is Dance of the Female Queen, really special. It's the woman in all her guises. You've got here the mother of the toddler. You've got the mother with the newborn reading that book. I love this piece because my work is all about human connection. It's about emotion, and it's about connecting the viewer to their own emotions and their own memories. It's weird also because I'm painting for the subconscious, so I'm in a meditative state. I'm in a complete trance. I have no clue what I'm doing. After it, I will look at it and I will go, wow, because I'm not aware of creating it. But obviously it's coming from the subconscious. This is probably one of my faves. This is called Our Paths to Sanctuary. I created this on the floor, one huge piece. And then I cut the piece up into these squares. It starts here at the bottom with birth, and you go through the journey of life to the end of life and up into the afterlife. So some of it connects, as you can see, and some of it has a slight disconnect. It's tapped into every emotion that we go on through life's journey. This piece, I think, is one of my most valued and probably one of my most special works. This is called Mountain Dream, and I'm described as the pioneer of magical realist painting. And what that is creating the world you know and recognize, but with a magical twist. I think this is now, 10 years old. So many people have seen this piece. It's been all over the world. It's been in museums, art institutions, and I've said no to I can't even tell you how many people. But recently, I might have found the person for this, which is a really nice feeling. So this is my studio. I'm gonna have to take my socks off because I'm not precious about my work, but the thing I am precious about is that I would never stand on my canvas unless I'm in barefoot. That's important to me. I paint on the floor like this, huge paintings often. And I'm often in this sort of position, right? And I'm here and I'm pushing and I'm flicking and I'm doing, but what's weird is my brain is visualizing this huge piece, which I can only see this much of because I'm close, I'm here and I'm like this. But my brain is, over time, because I've been doing this nearly 30 years, is flicking that image up on a wall. It's on a wall vertically, and I'm 20 feet back. And I create all my own paint, which is why you see colors that you never ever see anywhere on paintings, textures that you never see. When I'm in that meditative state, I have to know where everything is. I have to be very overly organized and ordered so that I can release almost that state of chaos and keep every single material that I use to create anything. And my brushes, after each collection, I will gather them together and I will mount them. And I think it's a really beautiful thing. It's like a piece of history. And they've become some of my most valuable works. And I think that's something really special for collectors. And then I get things like the bottoms of my palettes, the paint lids, you know, from the tins. Every little bit is kept and then something is created.
The art market can be unpredictable, so established artists like Sacha need to consider how they price and sell their works in order to sustain longevity and fund the creation of future collections.
I want to paint till the day I die. In order to do that, I need that steady progression where my work is going up in value every single year. But then what's important is it's not this huge rise that can then dump. It's this gradual little rise that can then keep going up. That gives longevity. The thing that also can control that is like any other market. It's supply and demand. I purposely have 12 paintings released over a 2-year period. So I have maybe 150 people on a waiting list for those 12 paintings. And that keeps the interest in your work, which keeps the supply low and the demand much higher. I've made this sort of quite conscious effort to keep my work out of auction, because you don't want your work in auction too early. You don't want to boom bust. I also want to control who owns my work. I want to avoid people buying it, storing it in a cupboard, selling it 3 years later and making money. I want it to be shared and I want it to be a legacy. But around this sort of time when, as an artist, you hit that 30-year career mark, you know, you're now looking to partner with auction houses and looking to place the right pieces at the right time, and I will be looking to do that now in the next couple of years. So I think if it's done in the right way, it can be a very positive thing.
Like many industries, the art world is navigating the increased capabilities of artificial intelligence. AI-powered image creation tools in particular are raising questions around the very definition of art.
There's no debate, in my mind. AI is not art. It's very helpful to create quick imagery that can connect with a human being and transmit a message. Advertising, marketing, graphic design, that type of stuff. But it's not a tool to help artists in any shape or form. True art has to be created through love and empathy. If we really connect to AI in the art world, we're going to go in a rocket ship in the wrong direction. And we're going to get further and further away from where we need to be, which is connected to the physical world around us, the beauty of the natural world. We're going to move further and further away from our own humanity.